Yeah, welcome back to the firehouse for some more firehouse observation, as I would see it. Right now here, some of the crazy things that is going on the earth. In England here last week there was there was a killing on the street of London by what I would observe to be some mad beings anyway. Whether they are mad in themselves or they are programmed. Because you know, on this planet here I've seen people being hypnotized. And when they are hypnotized, the people let them do all kind of things. So I am not entirely sure what was the motives of these lunatics, because you know, on this planet people don't behave godly. The people are not godly, they are ungodly. So you have all manner of ungodly behavior going on. And that, I say, was typical of the ungodly behavior that go on earth. But here you are now, you have some irresponsible, I say, are program lunatics who behave in this kind of, I call it lunatical manner against their own brother. Yeah? And then now the authority, which is the government, at the same time, the same day when this happened, I seen it on my internet in Syria, where a man was cutting the heart out of a man and eating the heart. And yet, the government of this country, along with France, are pushing, are hell-bent, and arming those terrorists who are terrorizing the Syrian population and have slaughtered up to present day, I would reckon, going on to 80,000 people. You see what I mean? Over 80,000 have been slaughtered in all manner, blown up by bombs, have the head cut off, slaughters in the dozens or 30s and 40s, and yet, in a country where one man has been brutally slain by another lunatic or two lunatics, our government are pushing to arm some more lunatics in the next country to kill. You see what I mean? So that's why I say this this world is upside down. You know, complete everything here is the other way around, complete madness. And it have to be, because like I've told you before, it is an anarchy against the law, this system that is running on earth. You know what I mean? There is no law. People don't live by the law. They have their own laws. Each of these countries around the world, they operate their own law to suit themselves. They are not following the law of, like I say, the one. Because if there was, none of these, what you call civilized nation, who are the very nation, I say, who arm up those who they deem not to be civilized and then go and attack them. You know what I mean? And they can do this because they know exactly what they've got. They sell it to them in the first place. So they know the strength and the weakness. So they sell them all these arms and then go around the world and attack them. You know what I mean? And then masquerade themselves as a developed nation. Develop at what? I don't know. Develop at spreading evil. Or in my case, I would say spreading disease amongst their fellow human beings. You know what I mean? But this is, you can't get it no better, like I say, if you are living in an ungodly society. I don't know, people don't like the term God. When I use the term God, I mean in an intelligent society. You know what I mean? Intelligence is not hard to find, like I tell you. All you have to do is to follow your own conscience. That is the intelligence here. You know what I mean? If you don't do that, you are going to live like how human beings are living. You know what I mean? Anyone can. It's like I say, there was a time when evil used to hide itself then. So that, you know, the beings are the governments, if you want to put it that way, they would curtail their action of what they are doing so that the public would know that, you know, or suspect them that they was doing such a thing. But just have a look there now. I think they say they're coming up to some sentence for Bradley Mann in America. Here you have now, as what they would call the greatest country on earth. And you have a soldier who was joined the army with probably good intention, like most of these young men do, you know, with the belief that they are serving justice and their country, blah, blah, blah. Having done so and gone into the army and witnessed the atrocity that the army was carrying out against innocent human beings, decided to tell the truth. For doing so, the American system is willing, like I'm saying, to sentence the man for life, not for murder. I've seen soldiers that went to Iraq and commit a lot, murder people in Iraq and only get 3 months. Bradley Manning hasn't murdered anyone. And I haven't heard no outcry from the UN or from Britain here or from anyone about how an innocent man is being prosecuted. You know, they are saying that, oh, it's espionage and he's a spy, and you know what I mean, and he nothing don't go like that. All they are doing is prosecuting the truth, because you are not supposed to speak the truth here. But then again, like I say, the gloves are off. So evil is no longer hiding. It is just doing it right out in front of your face, and you must accept it. You understand what I mean? All the hostility that is going on around Europe, that is the devil coming out and just telling you directly that you know, I am taking this off you, I am taking that, and ain't nothing you're going to do about it. And if you do try and do anything about it, I will just turn my program soldiers and police on you. And I don't care how they brutalize you or what they do to you. In fact, they are ready for action. We've been training them for years. We have them on special pills or injection. When we let them loose, they are ready to smash your head in, whether it's in Turkey, Greece, anywhere at all, England, America. Anyhow, the people decide to confront what they know in their heart is wrong. This wrongness that they think is right, because I've no doubt they think that their government and their rulers are right-minded people, you know what I mean? When I'm telling you that, no, these are not right-minded people. The world has never been run by right-minded people, you know what I mean? It's always been run by wrong-minded people, you know what I mean? People of the lowest developed intelligence. Nevertheless, they exhibit outward intelligence by being able to create certain diversion, I say. So it appears as if they are intelligent, but they are the least intelligent being. And yet these are the ones now who are running the planet. You can tell they're not intelligent because you have about, like I said, I was about 90,000 different nations on the planet. So you have all these, and every nation have their own law according to them. You know what I mean? So it's all confusion. People is, like I say, it's 2013, and yet you have people we still live tribal. You know, tribalism. Where you separate up yourself into tribes, as if the creative energy created any tribes apart from the tribe of human beings. But no, you've come here and made yourself into all these different tribes, and obviously now the most powerful tribe rule. It's like gangsterism, really. Not like gangsterism. It is gangsterism because the system is criminal. It's a criminal system. Any system that is that like I say is not running under the law of the one, it must be a criminal system. So yeah, these criminal, all these systems on earth are criminal and run by the criminal minded. That's why you cannot have peace in the house then, if you are being ruled over by those who have criminal mind. But nevertheless, like I'm saying, the criminal mind of these your rulers are masked from you by their appearance, well groomed, well presented. You know what I mean? Yeah, like I say, your bodily appearance is very clean. You know what I mean? But there is more to a being than bodily appearance. Now, the appearance of the mind, which cannot be seen on this level of existence. When that comes and you go the next side, we'll see you. But on this level now, the mind is dirty, yet it's very difficult to comprehend the dirtiness of the mind. Well, it's difficult if your eyes are not open. It's very easy if your eyes are open. Because once your eyes are open and the beings are speaking, you'll be able to tell if the words are coming from a clean mind or a dirty mind, as it was. That's quite easy to do. That's how you learn. You will learn then to pick sense out of nonsense. You understand? Because if the world is run by criminals, then it's a deceptive world. Well, the world itself is not deceptive. The world is perfectly alright, but the beings in it. Ain't nothing deceptive about the trees. Trees are trees and birds are birds, But there is things that are deceptive about human beings and their behavior. They are not straight, they are bent. Maybe because they have a choice whether to be straight or bent. But I'm saying now, the majority of our fellow brothers on the planet are bent. You understand? And when you are bent, you cannot have a straight system. You cannot have harmony or justice or those things. Because you are not. If you are bent, that means you've gone away from the law. Or maybe you are not even aware that there is a law. You know what I mean? I don't think, the majority bent people cannot know that there is a law. Because if they did, they wouldn't be bent. You know what I mean? And then, like I'm saying now, because the world is a bent world and we arrive here, we naturally get bent as well. And it's very difficult to either accept or understand that we are bent and straighten back out ourselves. You see what I mean? So that we can see and understand. Instead of fussing and fighting against one another. You know what I mean? You ain't going to get anywhere with this. And you ain't going to get any understanding. Like I say, if we as human beings come to the earth to grow and develop, I say the majority of human beings will never grow and develop. Simply because they plant themselves. If we was a seed, they have not selected the correct ground to implant themselves in. They've gone and implant themselves into greed and hate and lust and jealousy and spite and, sexual depravity and these things. You cannot grow that way. You know what I mean? Yeah, you might get the bodily pleasures of such negative behavior. No wonder so many people, I say, don't want to be straight. Because they enjoy the pleasure of negative behavior so much. But too much of one thing is not good for you. You know what I mean? You can still enjoy the pleasures of life while developing yourself. But you have to free yourself from out of the entanglement of following those who you think are your leaders, whether they are political leaders, religious leaders, spiritual gurus, guides, I don't know who, spirit that you are contacting beyond this life, your ancestor, whoever it is that you are dealing with. You just want to leave all that alone, yeah, and dealing with the simple matter of living. Honesty. Honestly, you know what I mean? That's what you are supposed to be dealing with here. You are supposed to live honestly with whoever you meet and whoever you are dealing with. You know what I mean? Honesty is the key that opens all doors. Honesty is the one that keeps one on a straight path. Honesty is the one that is the road that is going to lead you right, like I say, to the teacher of honesty. Because there is a teacher of honesty, which is your conscience. Yeah, every teaching have to be about conscience, really, you know. And like I say, I would rather use the term conscience rather than say Rastafari, you know. Because a lot of people would think, who is he on about Rastafari? Even the word God is a bit offish to some people, I reckon. But I reckon that when we're dealing with conscience now, even the fool are those who are what I call bent, then have gone astray. Because just because you've gone astray and you are doing negativity, it does not mean that conscience is not with you. Because conscience is with everyone. You understand? Whether you are wrong or whether you are right, it's got nothing to do with that. Sun still shine the light for you. You know what I mean? So whether the person is like I say, pursuing positivity or negativity, conscience is still with them. So these negative beings will know for themselves or has felt the presence of conscience while they was doing their negativity. They can refuse to acknowledge the prompting of the conscience, of course, because you have a choice. Yeah? But to deny the fact, well, you can't deny it anyway, because I insist that this is how it go. No denial, because I know how it works. I know conscience itself. So I know that it is in everyone. All these beings, like I say, who are misbehaving, have been made aware of this by the one. But because they have the choice, they can ignore this one. Oh, I'm saying, while you are doing that, which is what they are doing, this is how you go astray. This is how you lose your way. This is how you come into this position of thinking that your brother is an immigrant or that some people are foreigners. You know what I mean? You'll never reach the point where you see that you are just earth beings. You know? It would be nice if while you are arguing and saying some people are foreigners and immigrants and that some Jupiter men or some other men from another dimension just start attack the earth and kill every man who they find. You know? Earth man says, hey, say, all the black man them just chop up some man and just all the white man them chop them up. So, you know, maybe you would understand then who the immigrant is. You know what I mean? But while you're here amongst yourself and you've been programmed, because you're against the law of God in it. So from you are against the law of God now, anything that you are taught, or you even think for yourself, is of a negative, you know, it's of a way that will never make you develop, you know. You will become patriotic. You'll be willing to die for what you think is your country. You know what I mean? As if your people or whoever is the owner of the earth. No one owns the earth. Everyone who come here must leave the earth, because the earth doesn't belong to them. And if while they live in here, if they should ever go in this earth and take out any rock out of it, you know, any little diamond or ruby or pearl, when they come for them, they are leaving that here as well, because it doesn't belong to you, does it? Nothing here belongs to anyone. You are passing through, yeah? You are supposed to eat the fruits and, you know, enjoy your little stay, but don't be bedding down on earth, you know, making long-term plans as it was. and wanting to conquer and claiming that this is yours and that the other human beings who God put here is in some way foreign to the land. To the planet Earth, I'm about, okay? Everywhere is planet Earth. But some people are saying to some people, no, you are a foreigner, you know. Are you an alien? But you have to think like that now, because like I said, they've segregated you up into so many different groups and nationalities. And you believe not what ignorant man tell you, know, men who went away from the law of God. Well, they are the one who teach these idiotic business anyway. These are what they teach. These men who don't comprehend the law go away, refuse to listen to their own conscience anyway, and then create their own idiotic laws. These are what people are following. Excuse me. They are not following or willing to follow the real law. They would rather create laws. I find this unbelievable. I repeat it already, but I still have to repeat it again. That there is law, the real law, and yet man now go and create law. He create political law, religious law, all kind of law he create, which is not the law. You know what I mean? Like I say, if one was following the law, which is living natural, I don't know how come, why you would want to create religion. What for? What would be the purpose if you was following the law of the one? Imagine now, there's a law, right? Even if it was this normal law, yeah? They have their law. So you follow the law, you don't kill nobody, you don't break into nobody else, you don't do this, you don't do that, you don't do that. Why would they now have to create something new for you? Say if the law was religion and you was obeying the law religiously. You wouldn't need anything new, you just obey that law religiously, innit? So if God have a law, like I'm telling you clearly, the law has been running from the one set the law that way, yeah? It's been running. Why would any new law need to be created unless this new law are these religion, like I say, that spring up, are the ideas of lunatics, those who have gone away from the law, those who never understand that the law exists in the first place anyway, like I say, because they are lost in the dark. So they are the one now who have created the what they would term on the planet religious movements, with the idea now of getting people from out of the dark. But they are not getting you from out of the dark, because everything is upside down here. They are the very forces that are keeping you in the dark. Yeah, those who appear, this is what I'm saying, because the world is a deceptive world, innit? Those who appear to be good are actually bad. You see what I mean? So those are them in there, those religious movements who appear all humble and pious and these are lost and confused beings, you know, who put on a show. Yeah, they put on a show of piousness, or what they imagine to be piousness, you know, or what they imagine to be humbleness. You know what I mean? Because they have to pretend they do not know the real living truth, which is to know thy own conscience. They don't want to know this. You know what I mean? Know your conscience, and your conscience will set you free. And like I say, don't go thinking that your conscience is yours. Like I'm telling you, the master is personal and impersonal, you know. In this time, that time, and the time to come. Don't ask me how the one does it, but you know, a miracle I say. You know. But the one that I'm telling you about, which is conscience, we call in the one conscience in this reasoning. I do it in all my reasoning. Conscience, is in all you human beings, but it's not yours. You don't understand. You have to get the idea that conscience is an independent part of your being, which you have no control over. You understand? When you go away and you do your little vile, whatever you're doing, yeah, conscience make you feel guilty. You can't do nothing about that. But at the same time, conscience cannot force you to do what is right either. Because the choice is not with the conscience, the choice is with you. You see what I mean? So if you, human beings, male or female, don't choose to be guided by thy own conscience, then you are not going to grow and develop. Because if you are not under the guidance of your own conscience, you are going to be following others, or even following your own way instead of then that way you are bound to end up being a liar and a cheater and a deceiver, being afraid or scared or not being sure or being doubt or being full of anxiety and stress and all these kind of things. Anytime you go away from yourself, you are liable to suffer from all kind of things. There's various things that people suffer from when they are away from the one. Some you could be drug addict, you could be a killer, I don't know, rapist, anything goes when one is not under the guidance of one conscience. It is only conscience that can steer the spirit on the right path. You understand what I mean? Any deviation away from thy own conscience spell trouble to the mind of the human being. Because like I tell you before, light cannot come from anywhere else apart from thy own conscience. So whenever the mind lack light, the mind behave in that blind manner, like how you see it's behaving here on the planet, since this is a mind controlled planet. And like I said before, it's not as if the mind is evil. The mind is positive and negative, but it's been controlled by the negative side. The negative side of the mind is controlling the planet, because the negative side of the mind is not receiving light. You understand? For the mind to receive light, it must cleanse itself of its negativity. Then it can receive light from the terrible and dreadful one that is within. Prefer call this one conscience in this reasoning. Yeah. But so that's why you don't receive light then. So it's not that I'm saying that the mind is evil. It's a similar thing like how you hear you might attacking religion vigorously, you know what I mean? And you might think, oh, I hate religion. No, I'm not. I don't hate religion. I'm just attacking the negative part of it, the outward part. I am not attacking the inner part of the religion. When I say anything about Bible or Quran, I'm not attacking them. I am just pointing out the negativity that exists therein. Because we are living in a positive world. You see what I'm not a positive and a negative world. So this reflects itself in everything, in both human beings and whatever human beings do. So if you produce a book, then what you call a Quran or a Bible, it is reflecting the positive and the negative. But no, this has not been made plain to what they call the believers. It's been tried to explain to them that no, this is the complete word of God here, and that you should follow diligently anything that you read there. You see what I mean? When this is not so, because everything carry a in and a out. So, like I said before, religion to me is like a coconut. So therefore, yes, I will attack the outer part vigorously, like when you're removing the outer form of a coconut with a sharp machete. So I have no mercy for the outer form. Once it's performed its duty and has bring the juice to maturity, it is time for me to drink the juice, so I must remove the shell violently. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's why you will hear me speaking violently against religious priests and those as pretenders. You know what I mean? Because they are the shell of their religion rather than the Jews. You know what I mean? So such things must be removed. You know, but you won't be able to remove these things, like I say, unless you are guided by your own conscience. And don't go about, like I say, some idiot think, oh, my conscience is different from your conscience. Conscience is conscience and it's one. Your conscience is my conscience and my conscience is your conscience. Conscience is like the one sun that fire it light from the heavens, like I tell you. So they call up the sky there. Within you beings, the same fire master, fire the light to all minds, I say, whoever come out of woman and walk on, you know. It's a one flex thing. Everyone can know this, you know, it's nothing personal, you know. Well, it is and it isn't. That's how the one flex, personal and impersonal, everywhere at once. Easily found, I say. Yeah, the one is the easiest one to find. The one is a power that is constantly talking to you. Yeah, all you have to do is listen. Listen. Well, you will also constantly hear what you would term the devil, which is a great amusement to me, you know. The devil talking to you as well, because he's got a chat in it. Yeah. My brethren, the devil, the negative one himself, high general. Yeah, this negative one, right? Yeah, well, the negative one is like the positive one, man, everywhere at once. This time, that time, and the time to come. The black, what you call the black, all of you different. No matter what group you segregate up yourself into, the negative one segregate up himself into that group as well. And he's a part of everyone, just like how the conscience is. So yeah, the negative master himself, the high general, have the authority to tempt everyone, whoever come out of woman. And does tempt everyone. As long as you are you living, temptation is his game. Yeah? But one thing with the general though, Satan don't force anyone to do anything. Satan, what they call Satan, or the devil within, the negative one within, will only tempt you with whatever temptation, you know what I mean? If you don't like that one, you just try another one. And if you don't like that one, you try another one. And if you can't tempt you from within, just send some other people to try and tempt you. That is the game. Yeah? But the devil now cannot force you and will not and does not want to force you to do anything which is against your will. You understand? It is completely up to you. So if the devil suggests to you that you should go and rob Mr. Brown, because Mr. Brown, someone tell you that Mr. Brown have got X in his house, you don't have to do it, do you? And the devil ain't going to be mad. Well, those people down in the dark, they have some crazy idea about Satan looking for souls or recruit, you know, because some argument. The only people that is looking for souls are people who are in the dark, who are looking to keep other people in there with them and live off them like how fleas live off animals or whatever they live. Suck their bloods. But the devil, or what you call the devil, ain't looking. Nothing don't go like that. The real devil present temptation to you. That's how you have a choice. The conscience present the positivity. The mind present the negativity. You make a choice. But that's all that is going on. There ain't no war between no God and no devil. You ain't seeing negativity destroying the animals, is it? Or causing anything to go on. That ain't going on. It is only men who I say are malfunctioning. And they are malfunctioning simply because they have a choice. If you was like animals, you wouldn't malfunction because you just get up and function, just eat grass and and run about in the jungle here, and or if you was monkey, run and climb tree and them thing. No, but no, you have as you would deem it to yourself then, the cream of God creation then, as according to human being. But here is the cream, and the cream is more confused than those who are as according to man, he's the king, Like say, God created everything for him. And yet now, he's the one now that I say is ruining everything that God created. This backward fool. And like I say, if the intelligent forces created him as to function as an animal, then he wouldn't have all this crazy idea in his head and to destroy, just eat his grass and settle. But to give him the intelligence now and to see what he's done with intelligence, this is frightening, I say. I say this universe is endless. And I say if I was the one, I would use the earth as a testing ground for the spirits. Because, spirits have endless life and the universe is endless. But you cannot trust them. Because endless thing in the universe, you will not know, especially when spirits are developed proper, and you give them certain things that God can give the spirit. But imagine then if you let these spirits in the universe, they'll go everywhere and wreck it. Look what they do to the earth. You know what I mean? You wouldn't be able to trust them. You would have to test them first to see if they are trustworthy. So yes, it is of I and I humble opinion then that beings come here to be tested. To see if you can give them the freedom to go anywhere in creation, within the universe, which is endless. You know what I mean? But you would want responsible beings to freely travel about the universe. You don't want lunatics, they might cause a lot of trouble. So the best thing I say would do, I say this earth is where you come to be tested. But right now, if everyone is under the test on earth, but it don't look like a lot of people qualify then to move on as it was and explore, gain their freedom then from earth. Because earth is like a prison still, because you can't escape it. Only death release you from here. So it's like a prison for the spirit, like, open prison. Yeah, but eventually you can win your freedom so you can move on. You know what I mean? Due to how you behave then on the planet. So what would happen to those people, you reckon, who don't, those spirits who don't, as it was, open their eyes and win their freedom to be able to travel in the universe? Well, I reckon they could still be walking the earth here. Spirit just trapped forever, roaming all over earth, but cannot leave the atmosphere of the earth to go beyond. You know what I mean? So yes, technically then, this is a way how one could escape the open prison that we are all in here on the planet Earth. As spirit, there is a way out of the prison. You know what I mean? But this way now you have to go through the mind if you want to break out. The mind is where you are locked in. You know what I mean? That is the key that you have to unlock the doors of the mind if you ever want to escape. You know what I mean? Hence, because the reason why you are locked in then are why it's so difficult to escape, like I said. If you are down there in the dark and you have all these negative ideas within the mind, yeah? It is like here out here in the jungle now. It's grown up with all weeds. You see what I mean? It's very difficult to see exactly what is going on, because the mind can become clogged. You see what I mean? So you need to go in the mind really, like, especially when it's if it's got a lot of negativity in it, you know, like lots of weeds and things. Instead of slowly rooting out the weed, you put a fire to it. Yeah, burn it down rapidly. Excuse me. Now that burning down sounds like a destruction, and it is technically. But from that destruction now will spring new seed. Yes, man. So if you should vigorously burn down the idiotic ideas that has been implanted in your mind, when you get rid of that, new ideas will grow within thy mind. These new ideas that I'm telling you about, if it's the honest movements that you're making, are the very ideas that is going to know, like, it will be like the light coming into the mind. When you have light in the mind, you are able to see, you're able to begin to see and comprehend and understand. You know what I mean? And make the right movements. But if you are not going to attack thy own negativity, then I am afraid that you are not going to pass the test if life was a test. You know? An examination. Yes, life is an examination, man. It's a school. Everyone come to school here. And you know, in school, I was one of them. Well, I can't even say much about the school because I wasn't there long. But you know, some children just can't pay attention in school. They are diverted quite easily. A lot of attraction, they look through the window and they see this and you know. Well, life is a school. You know what I mean? And we should really pay attention when the teacher is teaching. But a lot of people now cannot pay no attention because they are distracted by what they are seeing out, what the eyes see. So while the conscience is giving the lesson, they don't, you know, they can't hear. It's very few who would now listen to the instruction of conscience. You know what I mean? Because most people, their eyes get attracted away, you know. They see some nice body, they say, and something nice, and you know, a nice food. And you know, like I say, how crazy they are on the planet. I find it more and more crazy. Because they are in the dark now, as I say. Even yesterday I see it I was walking about in the town now, with a brethren. And him see, he saw a blonde, and he saying, "Whoa, oh beautiful, oh you are beautiful, huh? You're way, oh you're so nice," and you know. And then eventually she said, "Oh, I got my boyfriend and that." But he was just telling her a lot of lies, because it's the first time that he's seeing her anyway. But because she have blonde hair and thing, he's saying that how beautiful she is. But he was just saying. He was just saying this, hoping that it could turn into, that she might give him a little sex eventually. But he doesn't know if she is beautiful, because he doesn't know what type of person she is inside. But because of the way Earth is now, you know, these lunatics that are in the dark, to cover up their inadequacy, I say, or their, like just like I tell you, how negativity like to present itself as good when it is not good. So you will find that most of the women behave in this kind of manner, where appearance, you know, they mostly make up themselves and wear it. And the men now go for that, because they don't know themselves as person. So they are not looking for a person. So they are just looking, and when they look and they see a nice body, what they say, I figure say, "Oh, she's fit. You know what I mean? Or got a nice body." You know? They are interested in the body, not the person. And vice versa, the woman who think, oh yeah, he's fit, got lovely, nice teeth and, nice muscle. But that, like I'm saying, muscle and those things and this, that's not the person, that's just the body. Because eventually the body, like I say, will be eaten by worms or consumed by the fire. Whichever way pleases you or your family. Because some people like to make a will in it. And make will say, oh, I like to be buried. It's not you that's going to be buried, it's the body that you're living in. So yeah, you make a will and say, tell them to either bury it or burn it. But no make no difference in it. Or froze it up if you want. But eventually, this same body that you are thinking, oh, she's got the sexiest body in the world and woo, Pippa Middleton boom and Pippa Middleton boom flat like a piece of board, I say. But, she's sister to William wife, so all of a sudden she's a big celebrity. Even this week I'm seeing in the paper that Witherspoon, one of them book, are saying how Pippa joined them and reading has gone up because Pippa has joined. Reading about what? Reading about a lot of idiocy. Because that's what blind people do, innit? Blind people always have to come up with gimmicks. And anyone who they are presenting to you, trust me, is always a first class fool. Oh yeah. So if they are presenting Pippa to you as some brain box or whatever, if you ever meet Pippa and talk to her, you find that Pippa is as dumb. Not that I'm saying that because Pippa is my sister still, because we are beings. What I'm saying, her intelligence has not yet ignited then. You know what I mean? So she's running off dumbness, off the negativity, rather than the positive energy that is running through our beings. You know what I mean? But due to circumstances, then our brainwashing. A lot of us now, as instead of being people, we end up like the new word I like here now, being sheeples. You see what I mean? And being led by shepherds that are goddamn blind as well, I wouldn't mind if we were sheep, yeah? And the shepherd that was leading us was could see where they was going, So their intention for the sheep. Because even the shepherd have good intention for the sheep. Yeah, he loves the sheep, even though he's going to eat some of them still. Well, have good intention. So if these shepherd of humanity, which is your governments, if they had good intention, that would be good if we was blind, Because we could really trust them and rely on them. Knowing that even though we don't know, they have developed their understanding to such a position that they will use it for the benefit of us who have not yet developed. You see what I mean? But you are not being led by any such beings. You are being led by beings who's like I say, the mind is, they're on the dark side of the mind anyway. Because in the mind you either rise or fall. They're falling right down to the, the mind have no limit to how far you can fall. Just say they fall very, 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 a lot of very far, Because everything is endless in creation, including the depths to where you can fall within the mind, as well as to the heights to which you can rise within the mind, if you know what I mean. Everything is possible here. So yes, it's possible to rise to the heights, and it's possible to rise, to fall to the depths. But nothing in life, I say. This is why I say God is amazing, man. Our conscience is amazing. Because even though life is so wide and vast and deep, and you would even think complicated, it is so simple. Because all you have to do to understand all this complication that is going on within life is to be honest. Yeah, that's all, You don't have to study. Understanding life or understanding thy conscience has got nothing to do with any study or any great brain work. You don't have to go anywhere, visit anybody, perform any sacrifice or do any silly ritual. All you have to do is follow what your conscience tell you. That's all. That simple instruction of doing that honestly Conscience reveal everything to you that you need to know while you're here. You know what I mean? So you don't have to do nothing. Imagine that. And this is a thing as well, you know, like I'm saying. Yeah, man, God is great, man. Because imagine some people can play. Well, I can't play football. I can tell you, I can't make or do anything. And I'm not the only man like I have other man. So some men just haven't got the talent. Then the other man got to go and build plane and do this and do that, you know. Some people got some talent that some other people just hasn't got. Simple as that. That is the reality of life. But I'm telling you about this talent of knowing what is right now. Every human being has got that one. One talent that every human being possesses is the talent to know the truth and what is right and correct and honest. Every human, none. Although some human, like I say, I haven't got any football skill, you know. Never have. Can't be a singer. Or those things. I haven't got them talents. But I've got the talent to know the truth. And every human being has got that same talent as well. Without exception. So in that field, we all have the talent. Now in that great I say and fair play, that's what I call fair play. You know what I mean? That we all have this talent. Male and female alike. Black, white, green or blue. If you want to categorize, that is. Rasta never categorize, you know. In Firehouse, I don't categorize. I burn those illusions away, you know. But if you want to categorize, yeah, we all have the talent to know what is right. You know what I mean? Just like we all have the talent to be full of shit. We all have that talent. We all have the talent to sleep. You know? And we all have the talent to die. That's another thing that we have in. It's a good talent. We all have that talent. Dying is a talent that we all have in common. Every one of us will be dead. So we all play that game, deading, dying. That's another thing we have in common. So there's a lot of similarities. You know, when you really check us out, if you really want to know. But like I say, to know. Because you already know, you know. It's a kind of a funny, it's a paradox. That some people are searching to know when you already know, really. So, it's only, you shouldn't be searching. You should be doing, because you know already. You know what's right. You should be doing it. You shouldn't be looking for what is right. I search anywhere for it. I study in any book to find out what is right, you know. You already know it, so you should do it. Knowing right is a doing. So if you don't do it, you can't know it. And that's where now we have the negativity, the negative side of the truth that rise up now, that you have people performing ceremonies. And here they are worshipping God and praying to God fervently. You know what I mean? Some of them are nodding against a wall, some are going down on the knees, some are touching there, some are doing all kind of things. You know what I mean? But this is what we would call now the pretensive side of things, the showing side. You know what I mean? Rather than the doing, the living of it. It even I have to laugh every time. It amazed me, right, how all the different religious groups, they all of them say, oh yeah man, there's one God. And we worship this one God. The one God tell them all a different story. Well, it must have done, because they set up a different kind of thing. And now they will not visit each other's houses, what they set up, because they don't like each other. And yet these are the ones who are instructing their flock. How can people who don't know what is right instruct people on what is right? It can never happen. No one should instruct you on what is right apart from thy own conscience. That is what should be instructing you. But I say, human, I don't know why. This is another thing that baffles me. How human can be so goddamn coward? The intelligence that be create you, give you your own intelligence, meaning your own mind and faculties, your own conscience, to think for yourself. But you've been cowered down so much that you refuse to do it. You cannot, even if your mind, even if you think for yourself and your mind show you, oh yeah, that's wrong, you would still think, oh no, well, if all of them say that it's right, so you would still have to go with them, you know. You can't just think, oh yeah, that's wrong, and stick by it. Defend it. There's no man, my mind see that it's wrong. If my mind sees it's wrong, it's wrong. You can't do it. You still have to follow what people say and what they tell you. So you will die believing, like I said, if a man tell you that you is a black man, you will die believing that. And likewise, if he tell you that you are white, because you like to stay in tribe, I say, or in your box, you will die like that, defending that, and be convinced that this is what you are. Because people have reinforced this into you. You cannot, like I say, if you was following your own conscience would have educated you differently. You know what I mean? To show you that you are just a spirit, all spirit are the same, innit? Like I say, you throw water in different containers. Does not make the water different. The gullible cannot see this, you know what I mean? So they cannot see that the spirit is dwelling in what they call black and white and Chinese. The same goddamn spirit. They can't see this. No matter, even if you tell them 100 times, they'd rather go and fight with themselves and argue. You know? And because they just don't want to know. Their mind cannot take it, you know what I mean? You'll be able to take it when you go back home, like I say, when the Governor General death come for you, yeah, and remove you from this existence. You know, this existence where you come and live, and you're hating one another, and you're segregating up yourself into all the different kind of groups and nationality and colors. Well, when you go back home, you will be exposed for who and what you are. You won't be able to hide it like you are hiding here in the jungle, your intention of who you really are. And how idiotic and stupid you are. I say that human beings are not idiotic and stupid, you know, but they can do if they choose. And if you don't choose to follow your conscience and you choose negativity, you are going to be choosing to be idiotic and stupid. Even yesterday I was reading in my paper, there's a man in Australia down there right here, saying that he's Jesus' return. And I've read it here, there's some British doctor woman give up her job and gone to Australia to follow the man who said that he's Jesus. You see, so when, but that's what amazed me here as well. Everything is upside down. If you speak the truth, no one would come and listen. When I say come and listen or leave and come if they have like this doctor lady, you know, and come and help you spit the fire, you know. No, they should rather leave and go and listen to an idiot who talk about Jesus' return. When that is a complete lunatic. So that means she must be a lunatic herself. But it wouldn't appear as if she was a lunatic to the normal lunatic then, because she's a doctor, having a respectable job, having gone to university and pass up whatever examination presented to her up there, you know. So these people are supposed to be sensible human beings. But every so often, you know, incident like these show you that no. These, well, like I say, the world is upside down. So all those who think that they are educated are the best educated people on the planet are the most backward and stupid. Just like the richest are the most selfish, greedy, spiteful people on the planet, and vain, vain and idiotic. You have less chance of being developed if you're rich. Just like if you're beautiful or you deem yourself to be beautiful, you have less chance of being developed. Because you will spend all your life trying to live off what you deem to be beauty in it. Until the mighty dead come and, wrinkle up the body, or old age come and wrinkle it up and, what you call, dry the juice out of you. But while you have the little juice in it, now you'll be, sexy and maybe living off that. How degrading, what I call that a degrading kind of life. I say on this planet here, the most degrading and depraved sort of behavior exists in creation. Women are not dignified. It's all, everything is just loose. Sex then. It must be the sexiest planet in creation, this one, The beans coming like how must be rabbit run about and shack behind bush and everything is about who is going with who and who is doing. Everything is like in England here you have a Coronation Street and East Enders, Hollyoaks, these kind of things where everyone is cheating and everyone, and it's the gossip of who is doing what and what is doing. That's how you live when you're, all the programs are everything, all the movies that they produce, because the movies are produced by a dark-minded soul. The writers of the movies are twisted-minded human beings that they pay a lot of money because they're twisting it, because they want to carry on the negativity, all this vileness that runs society. So all that they produce down there, you see them down there in the dark and about, this is the greatest movie and what a great actor, and giving themselves all kind of metal that they can't take anywhere and claiming that they are great and that they are superstar, and you are nothing down there in the dark. From you go away from the law of the one. And you are not, like I say, you are not under the guidance of your conscience. You are a lost soul. You can imagine to yourself that you are all kind of things. But like I say, rude awakening is going to happen to you one day, And it must, because death is the Governor General, which is coming for you. And when you go back home now, that's where I say you're going to be like them soldiers who go to war and carry out atrocities. And it don't affect them until they come back home, when they find it very difficult to readjust to society as it was. Well, you, when that come for you, especially you high up in the government and you who are running these false religion and all these kind of business, all beings, like I say, believers and unbelievers and anyone who participate in the vileness that is taking part here on earth, because intelligence lies within all beings. If we was cars, right, it would be impossible to say that you never had a brake. Yeah, man, you have a brake, man, so you can pull up, you can stop your car, but no, you decide to drive and go with the flow as you would see it. You see everything that is happening on earth, all the especially now, like I say, wickedness is not hiding anymore. And you cannot make a stance. You honestly let wicked man tell you even in this time, say, yeah man, Jesus died for your sin, And you are still going on to perform stupid and idiotic ritual. And a lot of these people, I wouldn't mind, they're doing this stupid ritual and about, Jesus. And in the heart, they are some kind of racist. Or they don't want immigrants in their part of the land and all that. So this Jesus still cannot purify them or give them the intelligence to see clearly that this is one planet and that we are one family. And that the other beings that you are cursing or calling immigrant or black bastard or white cunt or what is your brother. The same being. The goddamn so. But you can't see this if your intelligence has not arisen. And like I'm saying, the intelligence don't start to rise until we start to introduce self-discipline in our life. And every negative being must introduce the self-discipline to get out of the darkness. Because everyone was once in the dark. If a man is in the light, or any man in the past who will say, oh yeah, him in the light, him understand a bit of life. Well, he had to be in the dark first to come out. He had to emerge. It's like coming out of our mother's womb. The darkness is represented by the womb of the mother. One must come out of the womb. So one must emerge from out of the darkness into the light. But what I'm saying now, to give birth, you know what I mean? You have to push. You hear the woman pushing when she's giving birth. So you have to push to get out of the dark. So you have to push yourself to stop the lying and the stealing and the hating and the jealousy, the spite and the greed. You have to push to stop following your priest or your imam or whoever, or your dad if I am telling you all these things. It's not easy. It's not an easy birth. Painful. You know, maybe someone in couple in the family might upset. Maybe everyone in your neighborhood might be upset. You know what I mean? But who cares? Birth is painful, so you have to push out. You know what I mean? So only those who are willing to go through the difficult process of giving birth can understand the truth. You know what I mean? Because no one don't want you to leave the dark. If you leave the dark, they will explain to you that you are a lunatic and a madman. Only madmen come out of the dark. The rest look like I say they are coward, innit? Because the people in the dark tell them that if they should ever come out, they'll die if they ever see the light. You know what I mean? If they should encounter what is right and correct, they will immediately die. So this terrifies them. Fear. Fear is what keep the sheep in position. Tell them about the big bad wolf. Will get you. So yes, a lot of these sheeples, in whatever farm religious you find them, are kept there by fear. They don't want to go to hell as it was, and they're looking at reward as well. Fear and reward keep them there, you know. Fear, they promise them reward. They will go to heaven if they just follow what I call lunatic preach and teach to them. The lunatic tell them that, listen man, if you follow these instructions that God gives to us lunatics, you follow them and you will go to heaven. But nothing don't go like that. No heaven for you to go to. You can win your freedom by living right and correct. You know what I mean? If you don't know what is right and correct, or you are claiming that you don't, just follow your conscience. And when I say your conscience, the part of you that never tell you to do wrong, just listen to yourself carefully and you will hear all kind of bad thoughts flying in your head. But at the same time, you will be hear another side that tell you, oh, that's bullshit, man. Don't do them things. But that is the conscience. Follow that one and learn to ignore the other one. When I say ignore, you can't. Negative thoughts will always enter your mind, but you will learn to know that this is negative and just, you know. So whenever you find yourself thinking negative thoughts, you won't be bothered by them because you're not going to do them. They just enter the mind because they have the right to. The devil have a right to tempt any man, you know. So even if you was the most holiest man on the planet, you cannot stop negative thoughts from entering the mind, because that is the master one, the negative one. He's the one that enter any mind. Never mind how clean you imagine your mind to be. The negative one that I know, Satan himself, the high general, I like to call the devil, can enter any mind. Yeah, man. All my mind, me have to just say, listen, man, that's cool, brethren. You know, I ain't going to do nothing like that. But Satan said, chow, rest up, man. You know, I have to tempt you still. Whether you're doing them or not, make no difference to my temptation, Rasta. Temptation is temptation, and it is my job to tempt you. Even if you are my brethren, that make no difference. You must be tempted as well, continuously, by I and I. That is how the devil works. Yeah, he's a ceaseless temper of the souls of human beings. But like I'm saying though, he doesn't, he's not looking for any recruits, like, you know. And he doesn't care whether you want to be negative or, you know, he's just not interested in you and what you want to do. You are you, and the devil is the devil. Two different things in Rasta. The negative energy, like I'm saying, is you, is not you, is itself, and you are you. And you cannot be like the negative energy, because the negative energy is everywhere at once, in everyone, man and woman. In fact, the negative energy is not a man or a woman, but beyond man and woman as well. The negative energy is like the positive energy in it. Covers everything. Yeah, man. The devil, if that's what they call the negative energy here, man. I am everywhere at once as well. Yeah. In every being. And I am the one, like I say, who tempt them. So, yeah, you are here to make a choice between the negative and the positive. And depending on the choice that you make, that's what you are going to reap. Because all this is operating within the law. Like I'm saying, the unseen law. You know what I mean? The evidence of your deeds, our deeds, like I say, is secretly recorded on our memory. You see what I mean? Oh yeah, you have done things and you forgot about these things, how you did it, why you did it, but don't worry about that. Nothing is forgotten by memory. Memory never loses its memory. You know, man. That's a funny one I like. I like them sometimes when they fly out. Memory never loses memory. A man might lose his memory, but memory don't lose its memory, if you know what I mean. Even when the man loses his memory, memory is there recording the fact that the man has gone senile and can't remember that memory. Is recording all that he's observing and how he's behaving. And even recording the fact that he's now, like I say, gone mad. But memory, oh no, it never stopped recording, and it's endless. The tape can't snap. You know? If you live 5,000 years, it record 5,000 years worth of recording, you know? If you live 100, any long you live, it record that. So, sorry. Conscience then, it's not no, like I say, any mystery teaching or anything fantastic that no human can, or they have to go and study, like I say. It's simple. But you can only learn it if you decide to be honest. You know, if you sit down to yourself, you know the things, you know yourself, right, as a person. You know what you did. You know how you did it. You know when you was dishonest and deceitful and when you was not. You can analyze those things. So I'm saying then, if you sit down to yourself, if you don't have to sit down, you can lie down if you want. Or walk, do anything. But whichever way, whether you're lying down, sitting down, or walking, when you are analyzing yourself, yeah? Whether you're sitting down, doing it, or whatever, when you are analyzing yourself, yeah? You will be able, like I said, to observe the faults within yourself, what you've done and how you've done it. You will know whether you have behaved correctly or whether you haven't. You do. You know when you've been underhand. So what I'm saying is now, when you see these faults within yourself, correct them. Never mind what the next door neighbor is doing or what anyone else is saying. Correct your own faults, honestly. If you should ever do it, that's what open your eyes. That's what will educate you. You know, when people run about, I wonder if there's any God, I wonder if you survive life after death and all that. This will answer the question. When you start to live honestly, right, these questions will be answered to you personally, so that you don't have to worry about it. You won't have to worry about somebody special have to come and tell you or a crowd. You will get your own conviction. You know, like say, some people are convinced that they're a ghost because they've seen it for themselves. So no one cannot unconvince them that there is not ghosts around, because these people have seen it. So when you see the truth yourself, it gives you your own conviction. You won't have to be worried and fretting about whether one survives that or whether one don't. You know, you will know the thing yourself. Just like how I know that ain't no way, Jose, that you are going to die. And how I know for certain that the reason why you have the memory in you is because simply that you can't die, and the memory contain what you did when you was here, and that is the evidence, because you here and a test in it. That's where we find out whether you pass the test or not, whether you was paying attention to the teacher. You never know that after an examination, you know, you get a test. So when that come for you now, we look at the score, see what you was doing while you was in the classroom and you wasn't paying attention. The teacher never pull you up, or the teacher try and pull you up, but you ignore the teacher. You know, meaning that in life when conscience was trying to prompt you, you ignore. So now when that come for you and you go on the other side there now, that's when now the reality is going to strike home, that what you was doing, there was consequences to such a matter, and you reap what you sow. I can't tell you what you're going to reap because I don't know what you sow. It is not my business to be telling people that, oh, this is happening to you. That it is only my business to tell people that there is a key for opening the door of understanding within themselves. And that is the key of honesty. And that if you should ever use this key, you don't have to follow anyone apart from your own self. And then if you are following your own self, you can go and help others to follow themselves by revealing the truth to them, or giving them the direction where they can gain understanding from. You understand? From your own self. You can't gain like I'm saying, I don't know, previously in life it looked like you have spiritual guide and masters and teachers and, you know, people going off and they paying these all those things are going to finish. I say firehouse, burn all those things out, because no one don't need to go and see any master anywhere to know the truth. Truth is a thing that every human being possesses within themselves and can know for themselves if they simply live correctly and get rid of the negativity that is clogging the mind up, whether it be the racism, the jealousy, the sexism, the spite, the jealousy, the vainness, you know what I mean? All these kind of negative behavior that clogs up the mind. And when the mind is clogged up, it cannot receive light. Just like I say, if a dirty glass, if a glass is dirty, no use throwing clean water within such a vessel. It will only spoil the water. The vessel needs to be clean. So you must get it in your mind then. Settle the idea in your mind, humanity, that the mind is like a glass. And that this glass get dirty by negative behavior, greed, jealousy, spite. You know, I've run through them countless times, but we still have to do it. But these are the very behavior and thinking and thoughts and ideas that make one mind dirty. When the mind is in such a state, it is no use speaking the truth to such a mind. It would be as if you throw in clean water into a dirty glass. Of course it's going to spoil. So that means they are the human beings whose mind are like that. When I'm speaking to them, you are never going to understand, are you? The only human being who can understand me is one whose glass is prepared, meaning their mind, or they intend to clean their mind so they can grasp what I am trying to tell them, you know what I mean? But if their mind is contaminated and dirty and they have no intention of cleaning it, they will not be able to understand the word of the fire. You know, if they have intention to clean the mind, they can get inspiration from the word of the fire to burn down the negativity that is contained therein. You know what I mean? But if the mind, like I'm saying, is not ready, of course you're not going to understand. For seeds to grow, the ground have to be prepared. I cannot prepare your ground for you, because I am in my own mind. Your mind is your ground. You are the one who are supposed to enter into your mind and weed out the weeds, which is the negative behavior, whatever has been poured into your mind. You are the one who are supposed to go in there and weed that out, so that the light can enter into that. In other words, we say the word of the fire can enter into your mind. But if you don't make this preparation, doesn't matter the word, no matter where the word comes from, even if your dad tell it to you, will not enter. You know what I mean? Until such time that you've made correction to your behavior there within the mind. You see what I mean? This is a mind thing, Yeah, man, it's a mind thing. We are locked within the mind, and as I say, the mind is the mother of creation, and we are supposed to emerge from our mind, kicking, But to emerge, you have to kick your way out of the mind. Self-discipline is the way that you kick yourself out of the mind and rise yourself to a heights. Like I say, when you rise yourself to a heights, you have come out of the darkness, so that you can understand life. You can understand why there's so much war and hatred and division on the planet Earth. You know what I mean? And you can see that life don't have to be like this. It's not one way, there's another way. You know what I mean? And now you also see that life is endless. You cannot die. It's a waste of activity to be going against the will and the law of the one. You know what I mean? It's self-defeating. I think that's the word. It's self-defeating. It's like banging your head against the wall, because you can never ever win. All you're doing is hurting your own self. You can't do nothing against the law and win. The law that I'm on about, all you can do is comply. Failure to comply, well, you suffer the consequences of that. No mercy within the law. The law is the law. You know what I mean? And we all understand the law. It is within us. Yeah, like I say, true cowardness or brainwashing, I know all kind of manner. We are failing to apply the law. We like to separate up ourselves. You can't see yourself as one, can you? You can't see the simple thing that the earth is one. One earth. And on the planet Earth, one race of people living, human beings. And the one spirit, conscience, is in all of you, watching you from within. Terrible and dreadful overlord himself, the high general from depths. My master, Eternal one from way, I don't know how long way, Beyond imagination, I say. But nevertheless, I know that one. See what I mean? And this is the only one now that I'm telling you can lead mankind out of the darkness that they are in. No other one has ever been able to do it apart from this one that I'm telling you about. Because light can never and has never come from anywhere else. You know what I mean? That's just like I'm telling you. The sunlight that you are observing in the sky is the same sunlight that has been shining since man has on this planet. And just like that it is within. The conscience is the only place that light comes from. Understanding, man cannot get understanding from anywhere else. Any being at all that ever speak anything that was right and correct and truthful and honest was doing so because he get in touch with his conscience, and conscience guide him, teach him. You know what I mean? But you cannot teach yourself either, if you know what I mean. Because how can you teach? You have to learn from the one. The one is the master. You see, there's always a master, one who knows. I am not the one. The fire lion is not the one who knows, I just like to call myself a fire. But I am not the one who knows. It is my master. Like when you have an apprenticeship and you go and you learn. And you go and learn. Your teacher then, you know what I mean? I have a teacher. Terrible and dreadful one, conscience. My teacher, you know what I mean? So he's the one that teach me, how to articulate words to fire at human beings. Even though, like I say, I'm not very, but I don't need human education, is it? This is not about human education. I haven't got any. You know? Can't spell good, can't write good, can't read good. But this is not about that type of intelligence, isn't it? That's just knowledge. Just let's say I lack a bit of knowledge, because I did not went to a college. Little joke in there. Lack knowledge because I did not went to college. But then again, I did not need a lot of knowledge, because down here, way down there in deep Congo there, we have, in the bush, we have a tree down there called the wisdom tree. Produce some very nice fruit. As long as you are an honest person, you can eat from it. And trust me, if you should ever eat from that, knowledge is nice, but you would forget about it. If you eat from that tree of wisdom, the only thing you want from knowledge is right knowledge. And you know that anyone who wasn't eating from the tree of wisdom cannot ascertain right knowledge anyway. You know what I mean? So yeah, knowledge looks shiny and glittery when these in the hands of these ungodly human beings, I say. Look, you know, they are the one laughing at you now, and they're getting the benefit of this knowledge, and they think that they are the best, and they eat the best food and the party here. Well, when they come for you, I see how you're going to party. Because you'll have to pay for that party, you know. Because that party, like I say, is against the law. This teaching, like I'm saying how idiotic the planet is, that these now have come and set up law against the will of the one. Because they know that the one, you know, set up their own law, creating wars. And like I say, when, just like we're starting up, we're going to round off the reasoning, like I'm saying now. You see one soldier being killed by some other maniac there now. Sick, the praise being probably under mind control or something. But the other ones, the responsible one in the government now, who are claiming that they are not under mind control. Somebody get killed in their country in that vicious and awful way. Yet they are calling to arm some other killers who have seen cutting out people out on the internet and eating it and beheading them and holding up the head. This responsible man now is calling them and the French madman them to give these men more weapons to go and kill people in the country. Imagine if people were saying, oh yeah, we should give these lunatics more choppers and things to chop up people on the street of London. Some other government around the world was doing. How sick can you get? But this is how sick, like I'm saying, the devil is in this time. Take the gloves off. Kill with impunity, you know what I mean? Go to Iraq. Since they go to Iraq down there, every week there's pure bomb. Saddam never killed so many people until they bring him democracy. Since they go to Libya, Colonel Gaddafi never killed so many people. They destroy the country and leave it in ruins. Since they go to Afghanistan, and now they are hell-bent, these same powers here in you. They are sick. You know what I mean? Real sick and vile. But then I'm saying, when you're down in the dark, that's what happened to you. Anyway, like I'm saying now, Ayana is going to reel out of here. Because although you are sick down there in the dark and you don't know what you're doing down there, or you refuse to understand what you're doing, you will do when death come for you. When the mighty general come for you, you mess about here, you high up in power, and you don't know exactly what you're doing, how you're doing, why you're doing, because you are drunk with power. Well, when that come for you, you will be able to go there and show how powerful you are. Anyway, I, like I'm saying, now is going to reel out from another reason in the bush of Congo here now. And go and chill out in the afternoon, you know, hold a bit more of the sun. Hope anyone who is listening draw some inspiration from this reasoning. And if you did, run and tell your friend. Or if you can help me and my friend Mr. Mario spread the fire, come forward, don't be shy. It is only two of us running the firehouse, you know. We're not looking for we don't have members, but we say, hey, you are welcome. I've seen some requests wanting to meet I and I. I am resting up here in Oldham, eh? You have money and transport, drive up any day and come and check me out. No problem. I am open to all. Wicked and good. White and black and yellow, you know. Male and female. Yeah, man. Anyone want to come check I and reason with I am free and easy. What I have for you is better than if Bill Gates give you all his goddamn money in the world. I know you take that for a joke, but I don't tell joke. I am deadly serious. Yeah, anything I'm telling human being is the best thing for them. Not only on earth, but anywhere else in creation. Trust me. But of course you don't want it. You'd rather go and listen to idiots. Because I don't see anyone coming to check I to say, yeah, man, good thing you're dealing with Rasta. And we should deal and deal. Anyway, like I'm saying, you know, I is going to reel out of here now and go and burn some more fire differently. Because the fire never stop burning. Either on camera or off camera. I deal with a 24/7 fire. You see me? So we're going to reel out and go and burn fire. Rastafari, live it and reign it in the heart of all human beings. Yeah, one more note. They say Rastafari, live it and reign it in the heart of all human beings. I shorten that one now and come again. Conscience is in all human beings. You know, in case you don't understand what this Rastafari is. Conscience. Fire out and fade out. Sema. They just screw us.